Hey YouTube, we're back with another video. My name's James and I'm the Con,
And I'm Bobby, aka Bot.
and together we are.
All right, guys, let's talk about what happened today on Hasbro Pulse Fanstream. A lot of things were confirmed that we've heard rumors about, and they actually showed us the product in hand. We'll kind of give you our opinions of what we thought of it, and feel free to comment on anything if you agree or disagree with us.
Yes, and we're going to be doing it in the same order they did. So just like them, we're going to be starting off with the movie toys. And we've already talked about a lot of these, especially Battletrap, RC, and Bumblebee. And we talked about the very early leaks of Scourge, but now you can see that Freezer, unfortunately, does not turn into a freezer for your chicken wings, but he turns into a gun for Scourge. And I'm very sad because I wanted him to go next to my toaster transformer.
Well, call me a flipper of characters. I was thinking of Frieza from Dragon Ball Z when they announced.
Oh,
So, I mean that I was a little off as well.
well, Frieza is named after a freezer, so you wouldn't be too far off.
Yeah. So,
So let's move into one character that we've already seen and one character that's new since the last time we talked to you guys, which is the Air Razor that we saw a long time ago. This is the only one that I think I might pick up for the repainting potential. But they also showed off the Voyager class Cheetor, which I am so disappointed with as a Beast Wars fan. This looks nothing like Cheetor. Besides, it has spots and it's a yellow cat. I don't even know what they're thinking. This must have been how you felt back in 2007 and seeing the Bayverse films, because this is just not Cheetor.
oh, 1000%. And ha 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 ha. No. um, I actually like the Air Razor as well, or Air Razor. Um, I'm actually gonna probably pick this up as well.
Hmm.
It looked better in person. I really liked the way it posed and looked, so I will be picking this up. The
Wow.
Cheetor though, yeah. I Ironically enough, it does have more spots, at least on the chest than what I had seen in the early picks. So that makes it a little bit better, but the color is so off to me. I rather it had been called something else, maybe measles or chicken pox or something like that, because it doesn't remind me of a cheetah at all.
No, it doesn't. And I like the weapons though. I think the spears are a cool look for Cheetor. Honestly, I can see this repainted as Predacon Rampage, uh, from the Predacons, not Rampage from Beast Wars. And I think that would be really cool and actually a good
Like
repaint
like
potential.
Predaking, like G1
Like
Predaking.
Predaking, yeah, not Rampage. He's
Oh,
a
now
crap.
you're talking my language.
But I think this has the same. Rampage has always had more of a typical human type shape, and I think this would actually look really cool as one of them. But I'm not going to be paying the price to repaint it.
Yeah. I did like how they covered on the live stream how the size of the figures matched what the
Mhm.
movie size was. So it makes sense of why he's the size he is, because of course in the trailer we saw him running along the side of Bumblebee and he looked huge. So that made sense to me, and I like that they are keeping the scale for the movie figures related to the characters on screen.
Yes, and that was one of my nitpicks: is why is he a Voyager? But now that makes sense that they're trying to keep everything within scale, which is really good on Hasbro's part.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's move to what I think both of us are more interested in, and that's Legacy Evolution. So this is what's coming out. I thought it'd be out already, but I haven't seen it in stores. So why don't we just dive right in, and we're going to start off with the worst one, in my opinion, and that is Legends Grimlock. I
Or class.
Poor class. Yeah, Legends Grimlock, yeah. Um, Legends and Core are interchangeable in my eyes. I
Yeah.
don't know what this is. This is not Grimlock. And he turned. When does the leader of a team turn into a leg. And that leg looks messy as all get out. And maybe there's a foot that's going to be released down the line. But I'm just like, no, 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 no.
I can't agree with you more. I am very disappointed in this. And let's give it credit. Okay, it's a cheap figure. It's for, you're adding to your collection. The bot mode looks functional. The alt mode looks terrible. That is the chunkiest tail I've ever seen. And
Not a tail.
the combiner, yeah, it doesn't do it for me at all. I do like the way Slag's dino head is on the chest. That looks kind of cool, but otherwise this is a very, very extremely hard pass on for me on this.
I will give them that. I do like the Triceratops being on the chest. I just think Grimlock should not have been part of the combiner then. They
Yeah,
should have introduced different Dinobots like Slash, from the movies, maybe another pterodactyl for the arm, the Strafe with the two heads from the movies, and put him in the G1 instead of putting Grimlock as a leg. Because honestly, I find that kind of disrespectful, since just a few years ago they were using him in their top 3 Autobots for everything, which was Optimus, Bumblebee, and Grimlock, and now he's a leg and a mediocre combiner.
maybe he's been sent back to hold the world on his shoulders.
Yeah, there you go. I'll say that and give Hasbro some slack. But I think the reason why this is so bad looking is because we are getting things like this Nemesis Prime in a core class scale, which look really good. Yes, it has its flaws, but like you said, it's a cheap figure. But this looks very, very good, and I'm going to be getting 2 of them. One for my
Oh,
collection at home and one for my collection at work, because I think this looks really cool, and it has a ab crunch, and I don't have the Optimus Prime, so I'll be happy to get this.
so I have the Optimus Prime, and unfortunately, I'll be getting this one too. It looks great. When I
Yeah.
saw it, when they brought him out, that Energy Axe, the colors, I said, "Oh yeah, James is going to be all on this." So
Mm-hmm.
this looks great. I'm really excited about it, and it looks really good. The colors
I
are.
have one. I have one complaint. Can you guess what it is?
I mean, I see that panel not being covered in the alt mode, or
Nothing
there's
like
not
that.
enough teal on it.
There you go. You got it. You got it. I knew you were gonna get it.
I was thinking like, functionally, maybe they left off a panel or something like that. Nope, you're all about the color.
Yep, yeah, they need more teal. But as a Legends class, I'm quite happy with this. And I'm also happy with the Thundercracker. So I have the other 2 Seekers, so I'll be happy to add this to my collection. My only worry is that it only comes with 1 null ray, because now that I'm looking at the pictures, only 1 is pictured.
I literally just caught that as
You saw
well.
that too?
And I was like, wait a minute. Is that Photoshop or something? Yeah, that's
Because
bad.
I mean, and maybe I didn't check the other pictures because I wasn't looking for it, but looking at this, I'm like, oh no. Am I
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have to buy the null
he's
rays
only
like
holding one
Skyward?
in his arm, in his hand.
Yeah, but maybe they did some. I don't know. Um, I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to check the other pictures
I think it might
because
only be one from the bot mode. That would be terrible. Come on, Hasbro. Throw another one in the box, please.
next we are moving on to the deluxe class figures, and the first one is what did they call him again? Junkie on number 2. That's what I'm gonna call him. Uh, and I like this figure. I'm going to be picking it up. Honestly, it's stupid enough, it's weird enough colors that it's got my money.
I am on the fence. Uh the size is kind of throwing me off, so I don't know what I'm really getting.
Mm,
But I do like the colors. I do like how it's a hodgepodge of different parts, so it really does
hmm
look like a Junkion. So I do like that aspect of it. The weapons look kind of cool. It looks like something that they've kind of put together or threw together. So I'm in for that as well. So I think I just talked myself into picking it up.
I think this looks cool. I like the flame decos. I mean, I don't have much else to say that I don't like about it. I do like that it comes apart as well, which is one of the things they talked about. So I think this will be a good addition to my Junkions.
Yeah, I think I will be picking him up. Jeez.
The next thing that they showed off was Shrapnel, correct? I always get
Yes.
their names mixed up. And this is another one I'll be picking up. I have their kickback. It's the one figure that I did not open yet, but I will be getting this. I like all the weapons he comes with. I think that's really cool. I like that he's really G1 accurate, but with a little bit of a twist. So I think this is cool.
Well, one thing that they mentioned on there is that the purple parts of the weapons are also his feet. So they actually gave him feet on
Yes.
this one. And so that was really cool. Ironically enough, it's not the only one that's still in box, but my kickback is still in the box as well.
Hmm.
I haven't gotten around to opening several of my Hasbro figures yet.
Yeah, that's the only one for me, but
But
hopefully that'll change for you soon.
yeah, I will be getting this though.
Moving on, they showed the deluxe crosscut. What do you think of this, Bobby?
Well, we've talked about it before, how we both
Hmm.
do not like the red wheels. And they mentioned on the live stream that the red wheels came from the same cast as the fist, and so that was the reason that they're red. I like him in bot mode. The alt mode is actually growing on me a little bit. And that silver is just really, really popping with the red lines on there. And maybe
Hmm.
that's what it is. And maybe there'll be some black tires from a third party that makes them for this figure, and it would really clean it up a lot. But I think I'm on the fence about picking this one up.
I won't be picking this one up because of the red tires. It looks like Ronald McDonald car because of those red tires. I don't know why. I have the masterpiece version. I'm perfectly fine with that. And I'm very sad because he's actually my favorite version of Skid's mold brothers, I guess you can say. It's always been Crosscut. He's been my favorite for it for as long as I can remember. But I cannot get over those red wheels. I don't care what they say, it's on the same sprue. You could have painted the wheels if they were, but they don't want to go that extra mile. And for an obscure character like this, I don't blame them, but that doesn't mean I have to give them my money.
I totally agree, and I think the other thing that sways me is that he'll be in bot mode for me, so it doesn't those wheels don't really pop out as much as it does in alt mode to me.
I understand. It's just me knowing that they're red.
It's the
It's gonna
principalities.
make me hate. Exactly, exactly. And I don't need to be spending money on things when Hasbro's not putting the effort into it. So,
Fair enough.
and then I think the last deluxe that we have is animated Prowl. Now, did you put a pre-order in for this? I know you said you actually liked how this one looked.
I surprisingly do like the way this looks still. I have not put a pre-order in for it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'll wait for you to get it and let
Oh,
me
I'm not getting this.
I just have absolutely no ties to the line, to the
Yeah.
character, or anything. Proud to me is a Datsun
Mhm.
G1 police car. So I do like the way this looks, but I just do not know who the character is in this form.
I agree. I mean, I like this character, and honestly, you're gonna strangle me, across state lines. I like it better than G1 Prowl
Oh god.
because I like the
God.
colors. I like that he's a ninja and everything like that. I like the tan khaki pants. I think that's so cool for a police character. But I won't be getting this just because it has nowhere to go in my collection. It's not animated to go with my animated characters. I'm not displaying them right now, anyways. But it's not G1 enough to go with my G1 characters. And it's not if it was a Decepticon, I might get it, and I'm sure they have a remold down the line, so I'll be waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have absolutely no idea of any animated characters. Wait, wasn't Bulkhead an
He
animated character?
was. He was, but he was also in Prime and they put him in the comics and everything. With this character, they can't do that because it's not a new character. It's Prowl. You can't have Prowl in the comics be G1 Prowl and look like this.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? It's but Bulkhead, it's like whatever. He came out in 2006 or whatever. You can do whatever you want.
got it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
have no clue who he is. If I saw him on the street, I wouldn't know what to call him.
And but here's the thing: if I see him on the street, or as we call it in stores, but it's the street, I might be tempted. So I'm just not putting in a pre-order right now. It's kind of like how you were on the fence for Crosscut. I'm on the fence for Prowl, but I'm leaning towards saving my $24.99, and these better not go up in price because that would kick me off the boat real quick.
That would change my mind on a whole lot of these figures.
Yes. All right, so let's move on to the Voyagers. And the first one is really cool, and that's Metalhawk. Now, I was not going to get this figure because I thought it was going to be a deluxe class figure. And I saw the leaked pictures yesterday, and I was like, oh, I wrote it off. I don't want it. And then I looked at it, and I'm like, oh, that's a Cyclonus remold. That was a good mold. And I was like, oh, this is big. And so I do have this pre-order now. I like the sword. I need some paint desperately on that sword, some silver paint, which is simple enough to do. The alt mode's a little wonky. I don't like all the gray, but what can you do? It has a great bot mode. And what do you think about this figure, Bobby?
So character wise, I hated Pretenders. Actually, that was my exit from Transformers as a kid, was when they came out with Transformers. So I have a love-hate relationship with this figure because it's like this, it's the part that ruined my childhood. This looks good though. And
Yeah.
with them getting away from the gimmick of the Pretenders with the shell, I'm in for this, I think. And I also really like the Cyclonus mode as well. So that was actually my figure of the year. So
Hmm.
that this is a go for me. I like the colors. I agree with you. Those neutral colors are a bit too neutral. I wish there was some a little bit of paint or a stripe or something to break it up, but otherwise I'm in for this. And I like how the guns separate and mount on the sides, so and the
Yes.
sword fits on top. So yeah, I'm in for this.
Yes, I think this is a really good Voyager. And I'll be looking forward to getting this hopefully soon. And now the next Voyager was Twin Cast, I believe his name is, which is an obvious repaint of Blaster. And they did you guys dirty who want the Decepticons because you have to buy this whole new figure just for, I think is it Eject? I don't remember which one's
Rewind.
which. Rewind. So you're going to have to buy the whole figure for Rewind, who's see through, which doesn't make sense to me. But as far as it being itself, it looks good. Well, are you going to be picking this up?
I will be picking this up.
Okay.
Blaster was one of my favorite characters as a kid, but then recently I watched some of but he's Billy I think from the Japanese anime, and
Mm-hmm.
so that was kind of my first introduction to him. I didn't really pay attention to him as Twin Cast when I was a kid. I
Uh-huh.
think it was thought of as a knockoff, so didn't really pay too much attention to it, but I will be picking this up now.
Well, that's cool. I'm going to be passing on this hard. I passed on Blaster. I'm going to pass on this one. He's not a big character to me. He's cool, but I didn't learn about him until I was an adult, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, same here.
Um, I mean, even Blaster. I didn't know about Blaster. I knew about his cassettes, but I didn't know about Blaster himself. Yeah. Well, I didn't watch G1 until I was an adult either. So, I mean, I don't have any connection to it. He's cool looking. If I see the KFC version for cheap, I'll buy that. But as far as a Hasbro figure, I'm not going to pick this up.
Well, I have the KFC version as well, so
Mm-hmm.
this is just gonna go in my chug case.
There you go. And I'm sure it'll look great.
One of them.
All right, now I think this is the last figure they showed off, which we've talked about quite in depth with one of our news segments, which is Leader Class Skyquake. Now, will you be picking this up?
Yes.
Really? Oh, you got me. Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either.
Wow.
When I saw it today, it looked really good. The colors look really good on this. I don't know what it was. They mentioned that his the I guess the bullets or the weapon for the Gatling gun actually turns into that sword. So I thought that was kind of cool how they did that. But I also have Needle Nose and they merge. So I have to have him to make that merger happen. So I will be picking this up. It looks good and I'm surprised as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to be picking this up too. I think I might have come to that conclusion last time. I think it looks good. I have no connection to the Prime character, but I think it looks really cool. And I hope they repaint it as Dreadwing, which I know you probably don't know much about it. Dreadwing is his brother that looks exactly the same, but is in blue and yellow. I will be picking that one up too. So I'm excited and happy about this figure. I think it looks cool. My only complaint is it's a leader class figure coming in at $55, $56, and it's like 6.5, 7 inches tall.
Oh,
And I'm like, because wait, here we go. This is what made me realize that he's not much bigger than like Metalhawk, and Metalhawk is Cyclonus, and that came out for $30 2 years ago, and that's tiny.
I didn't notice that.
This
Maybe
is a cool
because of
picture,
the
by the
wide
way. I
stance.
really
Hopefully,
what?
maybe it's because of
Maybe
the wide stance.
but Astro Train was the same thing, and
Yeah.
so was Galvatron, and they're just and Blitzwing and stuff. And I think what they're trying to tell the fans is it's a price point now, and there's more things going on, and it's more involved, and blah 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 blah. And I get that, but if I'm paying $55 for something, I want it to be substantial.
You raise a good point there, James. And okay, I'm not on the fence again. I still think I'm going to pick it up, but this might be something I wait to pick up.
Okay, and that's not changing my thoughts with this figure. I think it looks good, and I'm going to get it. But that's why I haven't picked up a lot of leader classes in the past few years. I didn't pick up any Ultra Magnus because I'm like, it's too tiny. I didn't pick up Galvatron. I didn't pick up who else? The Optimus Prime. I didn't pick up like any of the leaders because to me they're not worth the money. I
I'm a little
remember
offended at the way you said Optimus Prime like that, you know.
because I said it like that because he was a Voyager that they put with the trailer and charged $55 for it.
Okay.
That's what it wasn't the character. I like Optimus Prime, fine and dandy. But that figure, because I have that figure as the Shattered Glass repaint, and it is not a Voyager. I mean, a leader. It is a Voyager class figure. It is not a leader. I don't care if it comes with the biggest trailer in the world. It is not worth.
It's in title only.
And they know people are going to buy it because it's Optimus Prime.
Yeah, he was a leader, so we're going to call it leader class.
And I remember being a kid, and when leader classes were 12 inches tall with lights and sounds, every joint was a ratchet. It had a complicated transformation, and you were getting your money's worth.
Yeah. Well,
and I know things have changed significantly since then, but I find it hard to buy leaders at this size for $55 when that's half of a third-party figure that I can get.
that's the sticking point, is that, as I'm interested to see what happens as we start going down further with all the changes going along with Hasbro and Takara and these figures, because the prices are going up and the quality hasn't been what we're used to.
Yes, and I wonder if that's any reason why Hasbro is laying off 9% of their workforce.
Yeah.
Maybe because, the figures aren't selling because, and I don't think this is Transformers. I'm in a lot of toy communities, and there are some out there, specifically Marvel Legends, that have really dipped in quality, in my opinion. And maybe we should do a show on it because I have some things to say because it is very sad. But I hope Hasbro is able to realize that they need to focus on the figures first, and then the profits will come with good figures. And I think with Transformers, they're pretty good with that. I mean, look at that Metalhawk. Look at, we got a repaint, but the repaint's good with Twin Cast. We've got some new figures, so I don't think Transformers is the issue. But I'm still worried in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm worried with the pricing going up because it just gets to the point where it's too close to third party, where I lean towards third party more.
Exactly.
So
Well, that's the negative future. Let's talk about some positive future things. So they showed off what's going to come out in 2023, if I could say my words. And let's start off with some Autobots. So, are you excited for these, Bobby?
I am. And Beachcomber is, you know, ironically, I never had the G1 Beachcomber, but any other rendition I pretty much have picked up. And the bounty hunter, I cannot think of his name right now.
DevCon.
Yes, I am so into getting that. I mean, we never had a figure before, so it's a must. So I will be
Yes.
picking up both of these.
I feel the same way about DevCon. He's an instant pickup. I'll be pre-ordering that. Beachcomber, I have the Titans Returns one. He's not my favorite figure or character. I'm good with that. As far as Hasbro, now if a third party comes along with a great Beachcomber that I like, I might pick it up. But as far as Hasbro, I'm good. I'll save I'm assuming it's going to be core class, so I'll save my $11. And if it's deluxe class, they can, yeah, I'm not even going to say what I wanted to say.
Hey, kid friendly here.
Yeah, that's why I stopped myself. But I will take a shattered glass Beachcomber in a heartbeat as hardtop.
Or the
So
green
let's move
G2
on.
one.
What?
The green G2 one.
I'd buy that too. It's just normal Beachcomber. I'm good. I'm good. That figure's good enough for me.
Yeah.
So let's move forward to some Decepticons. And this is what I'm excited about. Armada Megatron. I did not like Fans Hobbies version because it looked the shoulder pylons. That was my main thing. They look too big. And I'm hoping that this Megatron is a commander class to go alongside the commander class Armada Optimus Prime that has been rumored. So because I hope it's like 10 inches tall. I just want a decent sized Armada Megatron. So I'm very, very excited about that. And I will take a Galvatron repaint. I'm probably going to get Fans Hobbies, but I'll take another one because that is one of the figures that I hold dear to from my childhood. And the other one that I'm excited about is the Nemesis Leo Prime. This almost cemented it. I'm not buying Leo Prime now. I'm just going to get the Nemesis version.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't like the lion face of Leo Prime. So I wasn't. There's no Leo Prime that I really like. So I will still probably be getting the Masterpiece Nemesis, and I think I'll be getting this Nemesis too to go with my Nemesis collection. So those are all of the Decepticons, I think.
So I'm definitely picking up the Dirge because I'm glad they're reissuing it because I didn't spend the absurd aftermarket prices on the Ramjet and Dirge 2-pack that I had pre-ordered from Amazon and was waiting for it to come until they sent me a message saying that it was canceled. So
Yeah.
very upset about that. So I will be picking the Dirge up and eventually
completely skipping it.
Yeah, I have to complete my Seekers now because of that. So
That makes sense.
So
I just had the Earthrise Seeker mold and I did not like it.
I have them all except for Dirge and Ramjet. So I have to, I'm going to complete it. I'm I have the original Armada Megatron. I didn't really like the character. Didn't really. It was. I mean, I'm used to Megatron. Even still, I understand why. I want him to be a gun. I understood why they went to the tank and all. I just didn't love the figure too much, but
Ugh.
I'm on the fence. I do have the Armada Megatron and Galvatron, but those may be good enough for me. The Nemesis, I'm waiting to see what the lion face looks like on this one.
I think it's going to be the same.
I do too.
Um, so when I was a kid with Armada Megatron, I had so many play features. It was a lot of fun to play with. So that's the part I think you're missing, which isn't nothing of your own. It's just like me with G1. I'm like, well, why would you get that when you could get this Armada Megatron? You were used to what you got. That's all you had. While
Exactly.
I had all these gimmicks and stuff, and I still wish these lines had some more gimmicks, like mini cons or combining aspects that we don't see anymore. They're kind of stale in that form.
I think that's also some of the things that I miss about it. Is the gimmicks are missing. The price points are
Just
up, the
something
gimmicks are gone. There's
just something to unify the line, like Titans Returns or Combiner Wars or something like that. Just something. And it's that, and I think that would make me pick up more figures, honestly, because right now I'm like, I don't care about that figure. I could just not get it. Instead of being like, well, I need to get that figure because I need to complete this combiner, or I need the mini con it comes with, or whatever. Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm. All right. Well, that about wraps up the live stream today. I think we went on for a little bit than I was expecting to. We had a lot to say. So let's see, hope to see some of these figures soon. And do you have any parting words?
So all I have to say is please subscribe, like, and share. And we'll be back next week with another either news or reviews or both, maybe. We'll see.
And look forward to some shorts as well.
Definitely. They're coming.
All right, guys. See you later.
Oh my God. That was funny.